Greetings, everybody, and hi, hello. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm Fire Lotus the Witch. We will be changing scenery soon because I will have to be going back inside to make sure my phone does not die. But hello, hello, hello. I will be going live for about 30 minutes, and then I'll be jumping off. But what is up? Hello, hello, hello. What is up? Let me get back in here and set everything up. Hi, hello, hello, everybody. Oh, there we go. All right. Hello, hello, hello. Hope everybody's doing good. So for the people that don't know, I was just on TikTok Live. I jumped over there to be on here. In the conversation, we were talking about Arachnophobia, the movie, because they're redoing it and just kind of chilling out. I'll be going live for 30 minutes on here, and then, yeah, that'll be it. But hello, hello, hello. What is up, everybody? And if you're from TikTok, hi, hello, what is up? Welcome to my YouTube page. There's a lot more things I can do on this page than I can on TikTok because YouTube's a hell of a lot less lenient. YouTube is less strict. There we go. But what is up? How is everybody doing? Said with love. Oh, hello, hello, hello. And I'm just shuffling cards just to kind of have something to do with my hands. I know the lighting is weird. That's just because, well, the sun is slowly starting to set, and I did not plug up my ring light because I feel weird using a ring light when I have the natural sunlight. So, yeah, I can't fix that. But what is up? I need to do this more, and I'm going to start to. I'm going to try to start getting back into going live. With that being said, a few videos will be coming up very soon. I wanted to do them last week, but I had like sick head where I could not think straight. I'll be doing a book review on Consorting with Spirits, a very advanced book, but I'll be doing one on this. And then the most controversial book that I have right now, which is a hoodoo recipe. Or it's a hoodoo recipe book that I'll be going over as well that Weiser sent me. And then I have two other books that I got to finish reading or three other books that I got to finish reading and going over. I had two other ideas and my brain just went, bloop. But what is up? What is up? What is up? Also, for anybody who is new, we have a Discord. I would normally say link in bio, but after this is published, hello. After this is published, if you go to my Facebook page or it'll be on here, click the link tree and it'll open up to Dwellers of the Hollow, Lotus of the Hollow. Everybody's welcome there. Hello, hello, hello. How are you doing? Also, I said it in my live on TikTok. I'm gonna say here, if you go to Winn-Dixie, check your meat before you leave the store, because our cats got to eat very good today. Any more tarot reading lives in the future? Yes. I'm going to try to start doing more of them. The way that I work when it comes to going live with the oracle cards, because I don't read tarot. I don't read other people's tarot. There we go. I'm still getting used to being able to do it live because I don't really connect. This is going to sound weird. I don't connect with the individual person's energy. Like when I read somebody via email, I don't connect with their energy as much as I interact with the spirits and or ancestors that they have around them. And when I go live, not only is there pressure on me, but it's kind of shuffling through the energy and then being able to have time to put the images that I'm seeing together to where it kind of tells a story. But yes, I am going to attempt to start doing them a little bit more, and more than likely I will be doing them here on YouTube because it's way easier to follow than doing it on TikTok. And then eventually I will be offering the two new features that will be coming to the Fire Lotus. Will be a 30-minute chat. I don't know when this is going to happen, but I want to offer like 30-minute spiritual consulting videos, I guess. I'm not going to say it's coaching, but to just kind of just hang out for 30 minutes. Like if you have any questions about spiritual things or witchy things, and then I'm also going to hopefully start, hopefully around April, hello, being able to do, instead of you getting a long ass email of my readings, you'll get a YouTube link and it'll be an unlisted YouTube, and you click that link just like I did with my class, and you'll be able to watch the video versus having to read the text messages. But there's a lot of hoops that I have to jump through. Like I have a tablet, but which the tablet was not made for going streaming or anything like that. It's primarily for just doing things. So there's a couple of things that I have to jump through and figure that out. But the coolest thing, which y'all are going to be the first people to know about it, is I have a really, really good friend of mine. We did a witch trade. I will be getting a new, let's just say I'll be going through a facelift, if you will, when it comes to the Fire Lotus. That's been in the works for the past, I want to say 2 months now. Um, so yeah, there's basically, I'm going to be rebranding. It's still going to be Fire Lotus the Witch, but there's a lot of new things coming that's just been in the works, and y'all know how life is. But I am hoping, due to the fact that I believe it's today or the 28th, there are no planets in retrograde. They're all direct. Now, an interesting thing about that, which a lot of people, okay, that's bugging me. There we go. A lot of people don't talk about when it comes to astrology. So everybody hyperfixates on the actual retrograde point. But what people don't realize is when that planet goes direct, it's slingshotting, like boomeranging that energy to straighten it up. So, like, say Mercury retrograde, Pluto retrograde, you'll actually see most of those effects when the planet goes direct for like the first 2 weeks, due to the fact that, again, it's kind of redirecting that energy. And when it does, it kind of slingshots it. Prime example, our car literally had, which I successfully fixed with the help of my partner walking me through it. Um, we had a pipe or a tube blow out on it, literally right as Mercury retrograde went direct. So always know that when it comes to the retrogrades of planets, you're going to feel it the most when it goes direct. Now you may have small little increment things happen, but the full effect of it when it goes direct. Um, Except for Cairo. I don't know if that actually is correct on the Cairo thing. I hate fucking Cairo. Um, and for anybody who doesn't know what that is a, I think it's a star, and or a meteorite. But it's the wounded healer energy. It's the wounded healer. So I believe everybody has it somewhere in your chart, and it just so happens mine is in Aries. So when Cairo goes retrograde in Aries, I fucking hate it. Um, okay. But yeah, there are a lot of new things that I'm gonna attempt to try. Um, then one of the biggest things that I'm gonna do on my backup account on TikTok and on here is hopefully in the next, I'm gonna say month, I'm going to be redoing my sacred space outside. But more than likely, if I do it here, it'll be a live stream that I'll republish. The only difference is I may not be interacting with it that much, due to the fact of how I'm going to set it up. But I'm primarily going to do that also as a teaching increment. Like I had I'm in all different types of Facebook groups. Some of them can be extremely toxic, but as a teacher or a mentor, there's a lot of times where I can actually bring a lot of insight. And I had one person message me about Book of Shadows and grimoires, and I'm hoping other witches will also start talking about this, that there is no right or wrong way to do a grimoire or a Book of Shadows. And it also depends on how you're looking at it. It's an asteroid. Okay, thank you. An asteroid. Okay, I knew it was something. I was like, I know it's not an actual planet. Um, but when it comes to your Book of Shadows and Grimoires, it also depends on how you view that term. So a lot of people will actually view when they hear the term Book of Shadows, it is a book of spells. A grimoire would be a journal or a diary of your journey in it, but also it would be spell formulation. So I started out in Wicca, and in Wicca and some other practices, when you sit down to create a spell, the first initial spell that you come up with, you're not done. You are basically supposed to reanalyze it, so you're writing everything you're doing down, and then after the spell is completely done, and whether depending, I wait 28 to 29 days for a spell to kind of fully manifest depending on the subject that it's on. But you're supposed to go back and readdress everything to see if you can basically eventually formulate that perfect spell. But now, especially thanks to modern day, the fucking Hollywood shit, grimoires, Book of Shadows, and there's another term for it. It's kind of got blended. Like I have multiple ones. I have a recipe one, um, and then I have one that was originally gifted to me by one of my exes, um, and it has like the basic information in it, like scents, smells, colors, correspondences. And then after that, it goes into the rituals, the banishing pentagrams, the lesser pentagrams. But the newest one that I have, because I have two of them that I haven't even touched, but the one that I actually do use, I have it broke up into sections. I'm coming up as a husband, Crystal Fairy. I'm coming up as my husband. Okay, hello, hello, hello. Yo, in my bag in the bottom zipper in the front. The one where I normally keep my weed bag. And yes, y'all heard that right. I had a really, really good friend reach out to me and custom make a bag. It's an Ipsy bag, but they put the lotus on it, and then on the back it has Fire Lotus. And this is my little green bag, if you will. Hello, hello, hello. Okay. See, I like YouTube because it actually gives me a clock, a timer thing. But yeah, and I realize when it comes to seedlings, I've never done YouTube. It's amazing, especially if you ever wanted to go live. Beforehand, before the Pomerama, you had to have 1,000 subscribers, but as long as you have 100, you can go live, and as long as you put it 18 plus, you can basically almost do anything. You can cuss, you can smoke, you can drink. It doesn't matter as long as nobody reports it. So I like YouTube because there's more freedom on this one versus we all know how TikTok is. If somebody were to come across your live and not like one thing you say, they can report it for harassing and bullying. Here, it's a little bit harder to do that. Um, but a lot of practitioners get fixed on how things should be. And when it comes to like a Book of Shadows or a grimoire, unless you're in a specific like coven, there is no right or wrong way. Like I used to live with a roommate who was in a branch of Wicca stemming from Canada, and one of the only things I did not like is everybody there at to a certain point they wind up like becoming a student or they wind up getting a student. Well, instead of that student actually creating their own Book of Shadows, they hand copy their teacher's Book of Shadows. And then so forth and so on. And to me, that's like the reason Appalachian folk magic is being published now. It's dying off. And that's the problem with some of those things where you just repeat the same thing over and over again. There's no expansion, there's no growth. And if it is, you're only allowing a select group, a hierarchy, if you will, to be able to pass that knowledge along. And that gives me too many cult vibes. I'm sorry. No. Like, if I were to ever actually create a coven, yes, there has to be that dynamic of, like, the main person who's going to be leading or the main people that would be leading the rituals and everything. But at the same time, I don't like when it becomes the, like, authoritating one. And the reason that is because that roommate undermined their mentor and then turn the entire group study around on their original mentor. So basically, he was like, you know what? I can do this 10 times better. So let me turn all the other members on this person who is older and wiser, and then they can take it over. And it's just, no. You should only be making your own. I mean, it's good to use others' information and have sources that just, okay, just copy things. Exactly. I'm the same way. Like, make your own. There's a reason when I say the term witchcraft, I always fixate on craft because everybody's going to have a different craft. Everybody's going to have a unique taste, a unique flavor. And I look at Book of Shadows or grimoires as like the essence of a witch because you have complete creativity. Um, Now, am I slightly like jealous in a fun way of like the people who actually do have like their Book of Shadows sketched out and all this art? Yes, but at the same time, I'm like, nope, I couldn't do that. Nope. I'll be looking through a magazine or a book, and I'm like, you know what? I like this. Boop, boop. Literally just tape it or glue it into the book. I don't like when people tell me what to do. Same. That is one reason I would never be in a coven. Nope. And I've been in multiple coven groups. I'm not going to actually call them a coven, but coven groups, like study groups, and it's always the same. In my experience, is always the same. There's at least 1 to 2 people in that group. Hello. There's at least 1 to 2 people in that group that always think they can do it better, and then they wind up trying to undermine it, and then it eventually falls apart. My husband pays for YouTube, like YouTube music under his name. Damn it. Okay. I used to use YouTube music, but I don't really use it that much anymore. Oh shit. I will post it on here. I may do a video about it. There is a new Oracle deck that will be coming out. I don't know when, but I believe it's called Southern Gothic. Oh my god. Oh my god. Their video, the author of its videos randomly came across my TikTok yesterday, and I followed almost immediately. The artwork, oh my god. But I'll try to download their video if I can. I'll ask and see if I can re-upload it here, and then I'll have their socials. It won't be tonight. It'll be a little bit later on tomorrow-ish. But I'll try to do that. That way, you know, more people can find out about him because they they recently just joined social media, so they're in that very new stage of growing it. And when he mentioned the deck, and then he's got one video that kind of shows you a little glimpse of it, I was just like, oh my god, I need this now. And for anybody out there, if you have a chance to get a tarot and oracle deck, unless you were fully called to unless you were fully called to tarot deck, try oracle first. And the only reason I'm saying that is because to me, oracle gives you, I guess it also depends on how you learn. It gives you a little bit more freedom to interpret it because like with the tarot deck, okay, I'm gonna use this is not a tarot deck. So like with a tarot deck, again, not tarot deck, this is an oracle deck. um Most people, depending on how you read them, they feel like they have to stay in lines with the original meaning, right? Which obviously duh. But with a deck like this, and there are other decks out there like this one, that deck, Flowers from the Dead, it only has 1 to 2 words and an image on it. That's it. There's no book that comes with it. It's just a deck. So it literally puts you into an intuitive reader's place. House Covens. That's because every witch's house thinks they're better than every witch and every other thing is right. Yes, and it drives me crazy. I'm like, none of us are experts. We're all still learning and growing. Um, but yeah, with tarot, I mean, with oracle, you have a little bit more freedom as interpreting. Is that a fucking seagull? That's a fucking seagull. Why is there a seagull out there? ADHD moment. Sorry about that. Then you have the people who believe in Harry Potter and not witchcraft, and things are just gonna happen tomorrow because I did something today. Exactly, and it drives me crazy. Which yes, there can be small things you can do that almost instant. But if magic worked like in Harry Potter and practical magic and hocus pocus, we would not be where we are now. I would be in a fucking cabin in the middle of bumfuck nowhere. But I don't know, it drives me crazy. And then this, I just wish it would go back to the same. I love my fairy recall. It's an amazing oracle. I actually want to find my first oracle deck that I was gifted, and the only thing that I know about it for sure is there is a woman on the box of the box that it comes with. There's a woman, and it looks like she's holding a heart of light, and it's made by a really really popular oracle company because they make my deck, which is the Halloween oracle deck. And I've got to find it just so I can actually put it in my collection because it was the first introduction that I had to oracle cards. And I was like, ooh, I like this. Because my first deck of tarot cards was a very advanced deck. It was a vampiric deck, but most of the cards were based on astrology. So, in order to properly be able to read the cards, you would have to know like astrology with the houses and the placements. And the person who bought it for me did not know that because it didn't really advertise it on the outside of the box. And I wish they would because there are some things that are, depending on how they're made, they can be advanced. Like it was advanced enough to where I'd never fully connected with them. Even with the book, I always felt like there could have been more information that I gave, but eh. So eventually, one of my friends bought me the Flowers from the Deck card and or Oracle deck, and which I mean I have other ones. I have this one, the Halloween Oracle, the Medicine Wheel Oracle. I feel like there's another one too. Is it the Witch's Tarot? It might be. I think it was an Oracle deck though, instead of the actual. Now I'm gonna wind up looking that up at the end of this, because now it's in my brain, and my brain's like, you know the name of it. Okay, so I do have messages to read. Oh, I didn't move anything. Okay. BFB, I got to fix me something to drink really quick. Oy. Okay, I'm back. I'm also excited because I got a jar of green olives today. Oh, I'm obsessed with green olives. I know that was random. I'm ranting today. Some reason every reel, which I know is the first step, is missing. Actually, I think. Well, I mean, I don't have it, so it very well could be. The only weird thing I've had happen like that was the second Oracle deck, which was the Halloween Oracle deck. The book just went. Floop. I need to email you about custom spell work after I get paid. Okay, and if you want, you can go ahead and email me, and I can like put you down. That way, I can go ahead and plan everything to make sure I have everything. The Witch's Tarot box is a woman, and it's holding a torch. That's why I thought. Oh no! Now I know which one you're talking about. Nope,. It's not that one. It's a Oh, this is gonna drive me crazy. I have a Crow Magic Tarot deck from the 1960s. Oh, I bet the artwork to that is gorgeous. Um, but this one, it's a really really popular one. Um, and I'll wind up looking it up and either pasting on my Facebook or the other one. Did come with the book, and it was reverse meaning in the book. Oh, very cool. There's one tarot deck that I actually do have, and it's by this person. It's the Wild Unknown Tarot deck. I absolutely love the fucking artwork in there, but there's just something about that deck that I do not like using a lot, and I don't know if it's just the energy behind it, but eh. My book words change. It's not about the card. It's about my book. What my book says changes. Oh, very cool. I've had that happen once with my Book of Shadows. The Respark the Spark spell that me and Joshua created, we had Aphrodite and Cupid. And it's weird because I specifically remember having that conversation about we wanted two energies to call upon about love. So I was like, well, Aphrodite, and then we're like Cupid because you know Cupid is like the mascot of Valentine's Day. fast forward to like last year, actually. That sounds weird. Last year, I realized that it no longer says Cupid. It only calls upon Aphrodite. And it's weird because I specifically remember, vividly remember having this conversation. And it's changed. And I don't understand it. Nobody else has ever gotten that book. Not to mention, even if you were to like walk into my witchy room, quote unquote witchy room, you wouldn't even be able to tell it was a Book of Shadows because if it's in the book, it just looks like a blank journal. So it's very weird. I have that deck as well. Me too. I couldn't connect with it. Same. Like I can connect with the animal one, which is this one, the Oracle one, but I've read people with it, but there's always this weird like I can't fully connect with it. And I don't know why. I haven't really come across that many decks where I just don't connect with it. Like my first actual tarot deck, which is, or technically it was my second. My first one was bought at Spencer's. Um, it's the Herbal Witch. Is it the Herbal Witch? I think it's the Herbal Witch or the Green Witch's Tarot. There we go. The Green Witch's Tarot. I connect with that perfectly fine, but the Wild Unknown one, besides the artwork, I just cannot connect with it at all. I can just hold the book and go to the page and it tells me everything. Don't even have to touch the cards. Now that's cool as fuck. For me, the magic item is my card deck in the book. The cards are amazing. They're beautiful. They're always right, but I don't have to touch the cards. I just touch the book and the words change. My aunt has a deck she got from her grandmother that I want to get my hands on so badly. Oh, I bet it's gorgeous. Um, and the only other deck that I do not use often, I only use it if the ancestors tell me to, is the Conjure Cards by Jake Richards. Those cards are not for the faint of heart because they will rip your self-esteem and heart out and then fucking do a little step and dance on it and then put it back in your chest and be like, buck up and just go. Cool. Not for the faint of heart at all. I kind of don't want this live to end right now, only due to the fact that I have to respond to a message, and I don't know how to respond to that message. So, that's going to be fun. Get back here. But, yes, I am going to try to do this and get back into the rhythm of going live. And more than likely, what I may do is, like, one day go live on here, and then the following day switch it up. Fridays are the only days that are going to be up in the air with that. I just realized the lag on this app through it just takes like 4 minutes ago. We're just now getting to it. Oh, I'm sorry. It also may be my phone. My internet's weird. I kind of like straight in your face decks. Same. Which that deck is the Conjure cards. They're straight in your face whether you want to hear it or not. My Halloween Oracle, I love it because it answers the questions that you want to ask but you never do ask. And then I can also assign specific cards to specific people. So, like, if I'm doing a reading trying to figure out a specific person, it'll help me reveal that one. These, it just depends on what the fuck ancestors or spirits needs to say, because I can't read myself. I can read anybody else like a fucking book. Cannot read myself on any of the cards that I have, except for the Conjure cards. And again, I only go to those if, like, I get a feeling of my ancestors saying, yo, get up and get the cards. And then these are a 50-50. I haven't really worked with these long enough to actually get the personality. That was the other deck. The other decks that I have, which I still have not figured out how to fucking use them, is the Past Life deck. And I specifically think it's called the Phoenix deck. That is the most complex cards I've ever seen in my entire fucking life. And I don't even know what they're considered. I know they're not tarot cards, so I think they're oracle cards, but they're specifically designed to be able to give you insight into past lives. But instead of like, all right, here's the meaning, nope, it's here's the meaning, unless this card comes up and this year comes up, then this is the meaning and this is the meaning. I know about tarot cards. I read books 10,000 times. Oh, I love it. I just recently got the Wild Unknown. I love it. I love the artwork to the Wild Unknown. I always have. It's one of the reasons I wanted the deck. But I don't know. It's very weird. Which I'm also weird when it comes to certain decks. Just weird. But with that being said, we have hit the 30-minute mark, and in order for me to follow through with this, I have to make sure I stay on it. I recently got the Wild Unknown archetype. Ooh, I didn't know they had one. Ooh, now I got to check. I just got a Supernatural and yes, a Strange Things tarot deck. I'm not sure I'm gonna open them now. Oh, that is so cool. I've seen the Supernatural cards, but I've not seen the Stranger Things. I didn't know they had one. But with that being said, thank you all so much for tuning in. I will announce on all platforms of what time I'm going to go live and on what platform I'm going to go live on. So if you're not already, if you have Facebook, follow my Facebook, Discord, which I didn't even announce that I was going live in Discord. I need to. And then obviously TikTok and here on YouTube. But yeah, thank y'all so much. This is also going to eventually be published. I'll probably republish it tomorrow. That way I can add all the links. But yeah, until then, thank y'all so much. I loved it. I loved hanging out. And I will see y'all possibly tomorrow. But until then, I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.